A giant humanoid alien has just been captured. The military immediately brought in 3 metal plates, each 100 meters high, completely enclosing the alien in a narrow metal box. The military took the alien to an underground base thousands of meters deep. The alien will be dissected to obtain its technology. However, unexpectedly, the alien's body consisted of millions of nanobots. When the newly replaced drill bit was suddenly eroded, the nanobots were clearly seen eating the drill bit. In addition, the nanobots reproduced at a very fast speed. In a matter of seconds, the nanobots had divided themselves into millions of other nanobots. At this point, the scientists also realized the anomaly. The diamond drill bit, harder than diamond itself, was being consumed at an alarming rate. The scientists were terrified and wanted to leave immediately, but were suddenly stopped by the military commander overseeing the operation. The scientists realized that their protective suits had been corroded by the nanobots. If they let them out now, everyone at the base would die. The scientists desperately pleaded for help, but the commander forced them to restart the drill and continue their work. In less than a minute, the scientists were consumed by the nanobots and lost their lives. Then something far more terrifying happened. The steel cables holding the giant alien began to corrode at a rate visible to the naked eye due to the nanobots. Even the reinforced bulletproof glass began to show strange cracks. Seeing the situation worsening, the commander immediately activated the incineration button. Fire with a temperature of tens of thousands of degrees immediately burst out. However, after the smoke cleared, the giant alien remained intact without a scratch. The alien raised both hands, and under the commander's shocked gaze, its body disintegrated into millions of nanobots and began attacking humans. The scientists were so terrified that they turned to flee, shouting, "Open the door! Open the door!" The military commander replied, "This facility is locked. No one is allowed to leave." The nanobots devoured the bulletproof glass at a terrifying speed. In a matter of seconds, they completely took over the entire laboratory. At this point, the military forces guarding outside also sensed danger. The laboratory's steel door began to shake dangerously. With a bang, the 1,000-ton steel door was thrown open. Thousands of nanobots swarmed out. Under the bombardment of military artillery shells, the number of nanobots did not decrease. On the contrary, they treated the shells as nutrients and divided themselves into even more nanobots. Seeing the ferocity of the nanobots, the soldiers immediately fled to save themselves. However, it was too late. The nanobots devoured the entire force at extreme speed. However, it wasn't over yet. The nanobots quickly spread to the surrounding area. A truck driver didn't even have time to see what was happening before he was overtaken by the nanobots behind him and completely consumed. Wherever the nanobots went, everything was devoured. As the number of nanobots increased, the speed of destruction accelerated. Even the large World Cup stadium disappeared quickly. What was even more frightening was that the nanobots continued to advance toward densely populated human cities. Humans would soon face a terrible disaster. Do you think humans can survive attacks from aliens and nanobots? Write your answers in the comments. Thank you.